It is my firm belief that you can find inspiration anywhere, anytime. You just have to look for it. And I often find inspiration and ideas for the things I create when I go outside, when I go into the nature. I have to admit, I'm not very good at going out. I have a day job, I have kids, I have a lot of things to do, and I tend to say I don't have time to go out, but I do. So I'm going to prioritize it more because it gives me energy. It gives me physical energy and mental energy. And today I'm outside. I'm not the only one. People are skiing. I'm outside in the woods and it's a beautiful day. It's 10 degrees. It's the season we call vårvinter in Sweden. It pretty much means spring winter. It's the winter. It's still winter, but the sun has finally come back to us, and it's very bright because there is white snow everywhere, and the sun is making everything so bright. It gives a lot of energy, and it's a very special period of the year. And today I'm out in the snow, in the woods, and I don't know what I'm gonna find, but I found something. I always find something when I go out looking for it. So let's see what we'll find today. I work a lot with colors, so I always look for color combinations, and the color combinations you can find in the nature. It's oftentimes it's impossible to recreate it, but it's the goal to find it. Here's the green one. I like this one. I like this green. And the clear blue sky always gets me, like this blue in combination with green or red or, well, just blue in variations. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to knit something, or maybe I'm going to do an abstract cross-stitch pattern, because there are too few abstract cross-stitch patterns in the world. I think we need more. And the patterns that you can see in the snow, when the sun falls on the ridges and creates all these dark shapes. So I get out and I find patterns, I find colors, I find ideas, and then I go home and maybe before I go home I put them in some kind of document. I take a photo or I write something down in my phone so I remember, and then I go home and I start working on those ideas. And it's as simple as that. Just go out and find ideas. And the thing is, if you always go to the same place where you usually go, you're going to see the same things as you usually see. So for you to get biggest stimulation, finding the most new inspirational ideas, you do that by going somewhere new. You don't have to go to a new city, but you can go to just another part of the woods you usually go to, just another way back home. Just walk to another street where you don't usually go. Go somewhere new. This gives your brain stimulation and increases the chances of giving you new ideas and creative energy. So let's see what I made of this. I decided I'm going to do a bracelet with an abstract kind of pattern on it, and I've taken out my box with my floss. My floss used to be in a mess, but then I fixed it. Voila. And I don't make the pattern and then buy the floss. Often I do the pattern from whatever I have at home, because I have plenty in my box, and if I just do new patterns with whatever colors I want to have, the amounts of floss in the house would just increase and increase, and I have more than enough. So this is what I'm going to work with, and I won't find the perfect blue shade for the sky and so, but it will be something close enough. And let's start with the sky. I really like this one. Is a little bit more intense than the sky was, but I like this. It's the shade is actually more intense in real life than it is on camera. I like this one, maybe a darker one. So these three could be like the colors from the sky. And there was also a lot of blue and gray shades in the snow. And so I'm thinking maybe gray. We don't need the white because I'm going to do it on a white piece of cloth. You can, well, you can use the white if you want to. I'll see how I'll do that. I think maybe I'm going to take this one and this one. So more blue shades. And there was also a lot of nice green colors. These are a little bit too cold, so I'm going more warm. This one is pretty close to the needles. I looked it up. This one is pretty close to the tree I watched. And I also like this one and a darker one. This is a bit too much spring and summer for now. So these I choose for the tree. And I would like to have an accent color for this. And I know there is, I didn't film it, but there is a house in that woods that have a red brown color. Almost, I like the orange. This is inspiration orange after all. So let's have this dark orange. Maybe this is more like my brand, but it's too bright. So this one and the brown. And that's the colors I'm going to make my patterns with. So a lot of blue shades, the green, and the accent. And then I have cut out a strip of Aida fabric that is well, it fits around my wrist, and there's some extra. And also when I have made my cross stitch on it, I can fold it in like this, and I sew it together with another piece of cloth to have an extra on the back. And this one is also folded. Yeah, you probably can see what I'm doing. And that's why I recommend that you download my printable pattern for this, if you want to make your own bracelet. And if you want to make, you can either make the pattern I make with these colors and then sew it and make your own bracelet, or you can use that pattern as som en mal. You can use that pattern as a frame or as a, vad kallas det, mall. You can use that pattern to make your own patterns. You can use that pattern to see how I make cross-stitch bracelets and make your own pattern for your bracelet. And when this is embroidered and sewn together, we need something to hold it, and that's when we need this button. Snap fasteners button. And I'm also going to use regular needle and thread. This is the cross-stitch needle, cross-stitch needle. I also need a regular needle, a sharp one, and just some thread to sew it together. But that's all you need. And now I'm going to show you how I make the pattern in the software. So I start by clearing out all of the colors that I'm not going to use and only put in all the colors that I have decided on using. And I'm thinking I'm going to do some kind of pointy, edgy shapes. And it's kind of narrow, so I don't feel I can fit in both all the blue shades and the green shades on every part. So I'm doing one section with blue and one section with green, and I'm repeating them. So blue, green, and with the base of these colors from the shades in the snow. And for the accent, I used, as you see, both the brown and the orange, but I ditched the brown because I didn't like it. So I'm only keeping the orange, and it kept it a little less, it felt a little messy. So it was cleaner with only the orange. And that's it. Just played around with flipping one part and moving it around, and didn't like it, so flip it back and then move it until I find something that I like. And to see how it's going to look when you repeat it and when you sew it on a much smaller area, I zoom out to see the repetition of the pattern, and when I work on it, I zoom in and zoom out to get perspective. Now I only need to sew it. And if you want this pattern for yourself, either to cross stitch this exact pattern on your own bracelet, you can download the free PDF linked in the description, or you can download the same pattern, which also includes the description on how you make such a bracelet if you want to make your own cross-stitch pattern but on another bracelet. There is a description for that as well included in this PDF. So let me know in the comments down below, how do you find your ideas? How do you find your creative energy? And when you lack ideas, what are your tricks and tools to find those ideas? Write them in a comment, subscribe and like. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.